The cardinal aim of our visit has been already explained by JG and also Abhishek. But I will underline on the phenomenon called this unity in diversity. This represents the syncretic culture of India. We are from 5 political parties. Out of 5 political parties, 3 are diametrically opposite to the ruling party. But when we are here, we have a sense of purpose, sense of direction, and we place the national interest uppermost in our discourse abroad. See, it's not the first time India is sending out delegations. So much has been talked about the delegations which were sent by Dr. Manmohan Singh, or even before that, the then Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao sent a delegation to the UN Human Rights Commission. I'm glad to say that our esteemed senior leader, Salman Khurshid also was along with Vajpayee in Geneva. He was a delegation man. Always part of every delegation, that's what he meant, okay? And even before that, since me being a student of political science, let me also remind you that in 1971, during the Bangladesh crisis, many may not be in a position to comprehend that, Srimati Gandhi sent Jayaprakash Narayan abroad. Can you ever imagine JP, the staunch opponent of Srimati Gandhi, was sent abroad in 1971 to explain about the Bangladeshi crisis and the refugee crisis? So we have a long history and culture of holding together to demonstrating our unity despite being political opponents in our domestic politics. Abhishek and myself are opposed to BJP, and there is an interesting facet to it. We are opposed in West Bengal too. That's another thing of interesting aspect of the Indian politics. Let me give you something about the philosophical difference between India and Pakistan. India, as you all know, is a democratic country, plural, rich diversity, whereas Pakistan is a theocratic state, was born out of religion, hate and hatred, thriving on hate and hatred. India has progressed well. It's 11 times more than that of Pakistan now. We have huge aspirations. We want to progress, tread ahead. And that's precisely the reason why Pakistan wants to pull us down. That's why all these terrorist activities happen. Now, the Pakistan military leader, Asim Munir, has been referred to by Sanjay ji here. Interestingly, he himself declared that he is going to be the Field Marshal of Pakistan. There was no appointment letter given by anybody. And as somebody said yesterday, even the Prime Minister came to know about only after the declaration, self-declaration of Asim Munir as the Field Marshal. Just to take you to history, he is the second Field Marshal of Pakistan after Ayub Khan. Ayub Khan did a coup in 1958, and only after becoming the de facto leader of Pakistan, he declared himself as Field Marshal in 1959. So think about the influence of the army, the military in Pakistan politics. We have been all talking about, is a phrase which we use now, that most countries have an army, whereas an army has a nation, that is Pakistan. It's originally said by Salmanji, you should correct me. I think it was said by Voltaire with regard to Prussia. But it's apt for Pakistan now in this context. And I can also refer to an interview given by Khwaja Asif, the defense minister of Pakistan. to Sky Television, where he said, for last 30 years, we are doing this dirty job of nurturing, harboring terrorist organization. He himself confided. He himself confessed. So what more evidence you want? Certain brochures have been shown here with Osama Bin's photo, where was he found and where was he killed. So the purpose of this visit is to first demonstrate the unity and the resolve of India. That is what we are. Second, to sensitize the world countries, international community, with regard to the threat that is called terror. And terrorism is not something which a country alone can fight. We need to hold our hands together, because it's a cancer, it's a virus which would spread elsewhere. And we hope that Japan would understand it, because they have understood the fact that violence could create in society. So India always believe in ahimsa, the values of Mahatma Gandhi. So when we fight against terrorism, we want to hold the hands of other nations too. Let me also say that why we came here, because let me also recollect a small episode of IMF loan granted to Pakistan. And curiously, India abstained from that. But many other countries which we think that they are supposed to be against Pakistan terrorism, they couldn't do their duty too. So that much of awareness needs to be imparted to the world community. And at this juncture, the resolve of India is to make sure that all these countries are roped in our fight against terrorism, which would be detrimental for the progress and advancement of not only India, all the countries.